fellow seekers of knowledge. You know there is an order to the universe, from the atom to the solar system. Awakening interest in the rhythm of this order has called forth new efforts to synthesize the different methods used throughout the ages to understand it. Somewhere between the microcosmic and the macrocosmic, we look for the key that can put our world into logical perspective. There is a belief that the science of numbers can provide formula which help clarify the evolving pattern of existence on Earth. Enough ancient wisdom has survived the vicissitudes of time to suggest some basis on which to build new methods of analyzing personality, or at least to cast new light on the systems used in the past. The methods I'm going to share with you, while containing the element of mystery, yet proceed in an orderly and practical way, using the numbers involved in names and birthdays to solve the enigmas of individuality, personality, and the patterns of function and fate carried through life by every human being. I invite you to experiment with this combination of ancient formula and modern application. While it has not been presented to our knowledge in any book, it has been verified by many years of actual application and successful experience. The divine triangle, used as a blueprint of one's life, reveals a step-by-step, from birth to death, what that life should express, indicating the potentials and pitfalls by a series of numbers from 1 to 78. You see, we are all born at a certain date, hour, and minute into the Earth's field of energy. The conditions and vibrations of that energy field determine to a great extent the particular actions and reactions that will characterize our entire lives. We are conditioned by the basic set of vibrations that were active when we took our first breath. The birth date provides the pattern which we will call the life lesson. The name given at birth, transcribed into numbers by use of the number-letter code used since ancient times and described in this book, provides the three vibrations that are called the soul number, the outer personality number, and the path of destiny number of a given individual. And by placing the name and birth date formula on the blueprint of the divine triangle, we are then provided with the key to the incarnation a soul has chosen for the attainment of certain goals. Your numbers tell the state of consciousness which you have reached and record the growth of your soul as well. One's personal numbers are not isolated clues, but like all phenomena are interlocking pieces in the vast puzzle of existence. Therefore, for the benefit of those who wish to broaden their understanding of numerology, your chart seeks to synthesize it with the sciences of astrology and tarot as well. To go into the vast and deep correspondences among the three sciences would require volumes. So I'm simply pointing out certain relationships that have been verified over many years. Numerology began when life began, because in the beginning there was one. Thy vibrations then began and the two appeared, the first pair, and ushered in the real beginning of universal geometry. Numbers by themselves represent universal principles through which all things evolve and continue to grow in cyclic fashion. The digits 1 through 9 symbolize the stages through which an idea must pass before it becomes a reality. All manifestation is the result of these 9 stages. Esoteric numerology is the art and science of understanding the spiritual significance and orderly progression of all manifestation. Every word or name vibrates to a number, and every number has its inner meaning. The letter and number code, when rightly understood and applied, brings us into a direct and close relationship with the underlying intelligence of the universe. We owe much of our spiritual and scientific understanding of numbers to Pythagoras, the father of mathematics. Pythagoras is most commonly remembered for the Pythagorean theorem, which states that the square of the hypotenuse of a right triangle is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. However, he was primarily a mystic and a philosopher. He believed that all things are numbers, and that numbers represent spiritual entities whose presence is felt in all existence. He discovered the mystical significance of numbers, noting that the numbers 1 through 9 stand macrocosmically for universal principles. On the personal level, microcosmically, they stand for characteristics, abilities, and events. He saw in number patterns and geometrical ratios the explanations of all natural phenomena, musical harmony, and tonal qualities. He knew that the stars and planets, as vibrating bodies, produce sound, which become known as music of the spheres. Pythagoras was born around 582 BC, the Greek island of Samos in the Aegean Sea. As a young man, he left home and traveled to Egypt, where he initiated into certain mathematical doctrines. He also reported to have studied with Zoroaster, the Persian sage, and to have learned the Kabbalah in Judea. The science of numbers he eventually taught was based on Kabbalistic principles. Pythagoras finally settled in Crotona in southern Italy and established a school of mysteries. Before his students could proceed into the Pythagorean mysteries, they had to go the four sciences of arithmetic, music, astronomy, and geometry. Plato was a follower of his, and it is to him that we owe most of our knowledge of the Pythagorean school. Pythagoras taught that evolution is the law of life. Number is the law of the universe. Unity is the law of God. He believed that everything in the universe was subject to predictable, progressive cycles. His meanings of measuring these cycles were the numbers 1 through 9. He also taught that numbers have a significance apart from the values denoted by the figures. Numbers are different from figures. Numbers represent qualities. Figures represent quantities. Numbers operate on a spiritual plane, while figures are for measuring things on a material level. A lucid understanding of these digits is essential in the study of numerology because every number over 9 ultimately reduces to one of these digits. With a comprehensive knowledge of the meaning of these numbers, one can understand the orderly progression of all life cycles. So, now that I've given you a basic understanding of numerology, I'd like for you to click on the link below, enter your information, and allow me to do a numbers chart for you, which is the beginning of our work together to form your destiny chart. So, won't you join me? I look forward to working with you. Thank you.